Humans are puzzles. There are complicated aspects to their personality that either take us a long time to learn, or you might just never understand them. People change, grow, and sometimes just act differently around others. This is true for the ones we know well, but it only gets harder when we talk about strangers. How do we connect with people we don't know? How do we make a positive impact on someone we don't know? And most of all, what is the benefit of talking to people we don't know? I've been a social person my entire life. I grew up talking to everyone around me. I started taking my family's Starbucks order when I was just 5 years old. I was so small the people in line couldn't even see me. But I befriended those employees to the point where they'd let me go in the back and play with all the boxes. And as my life went on, I continued to befriend people. And it's had such a positive impact on me. And even today, I try and find ways to talk to strangers. But this seems to go against everything we'd been taught as little kids. The damaging message of stranger danger. Of course, this fear that we are taught can keep us safe when we're young, but as we grow older, it makes us miss out on thousands of social opportunities. What happens when we actually try and talk to the people around us? Well, it actually shows that it can make you wiser, more worldly, and in the end, more empathetic. A study found this to be true after baristas were happier after their shift when the customers talked to them by asking a question or starting a conversation. They felt more like people and not just workers. And the customers were happier too because they felt a stronger sense of community within that coffee shop. And it's not just coffee shops. This stronger sense of community can make us feel safer and provide affirmation that the people around us are well-meaning. I found this to be true this last winter. I was going up a ski lift, and I decided to connect with the guy next to me. I ask him how his skiing is going, and he tells me how much he loves it. He lives close by, so he always tries to find time for it. I tell him that I live a little further, but I also love skiing. He decides to open up to me. He tells me he's an elevator salesman, which is exactly what you're thinking. He goes up to hotels and apartment buildings and tries to sell them his company's elevator. And he tells me his job has given him two options, to move to China or Australia. And my first thought was, wow, what an amazing opportunity. But I forgot to think about it from his perspective. He tells me he's nervous to move to a new country and have to learn a new culture or a language. It made me realize that I need to think about others' points of view, to listen more, and to understand more. And experiences like that not only taught me how to talk to strangers, but also how to learn from the lessons that come from their experiences. There's an idea called relational diversity. It means the more diverse your social portfolio is, the happier you are, and the higher your well-being is. This goes for close friends, distant colleagues, and even complete strangers. Studies even show that talking to complete strangers can make you just as happy as when communicating with your romantic partner. There's a reason people in the city say that communication comes as a second nature, and they have a happier social life. But some people may not want to talk to others for reasons like not feeling safe, the fear of rejection, or maybe you're just shy. And that's okay. I understand there will always be people who don't want to talk to others. But there are also people who are extroverts and people who want to become more open. If you understand what you and others have to gain from the interaction, it makes it a whole lot easier. Remember my skiing buddy? I connected with him through our shared love of skiing. It's tools like location you can use to start a conversation. You can also use what it says on somebody's shirt, like a place or a college you've been to or you like. It's important not to assume major details about people, but it's the subtle things we can pick up on. We all have a superpower, the power to make a better change in somebody's day. A smile, an introduction, and a conversation all have the power to make somebody feel noticed. Listening and connecting are tools that can make you happier, more optimistic, less lonely, more empathetic, and have a stronger sense of belonging. You also see people less as scary obstacles and more as kind, receptive, and curious human beings. Talking to strangers is difficult, but by not doing it, you miss out on a world of knowledge. It's a challenge that requires confidence and courage. But in the end, it should be fun. I ask you to try for your happiness, others, and a better sense of belonging. Thank you.